Today what we're gonna do is replace this screen door with a new storm door. I partnered with Lowe's to replace this thing out and show you. They've got a storm door that's supposed to be able to be installed in 10 minutes, and it's supposed to be super high quality, looks great, and installs great. So that's what we're gonna do. Right now, my buddy Mitch, you might remember him from the Boss Build series that we're doing over on my other channel, Home Energy Independence, where we're taking this 4,000 square foot home and we're turning it into a solar powered, energy independent home. He is actually right now picking up the door from Lowe's. He's doing the curbside pickup and should be here any minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling this door off. I wanna point out, so the door behind it is an old door that we picked up actually off of a historic building at some point. So we really like it. It needs to be refinished. The first step is get a solid storm door on, which happens to be good timing because we've got this huge Texas winter storm coming through in 2 days. I guess I'm gonna just start taking these out. I'm sure I've got a whole bunch of sealant and caulking holding it together that I'll have to deal with. There, I got all the screws out. It might take me longer to get this one off than it does to get the other one on. All right, now there's that. I built this door jamb out of some red oak, and this has been a long time. I can't remember exactly what I did, but apparently I had to kind of do a custom job to fit this in. I have my eye pro on for this so I don't get junk in my eyes and comments about how I'm being reckless with my PPE. Okay. Pop that out. Just because I got so much caulking back here that's glued it in place. Here we go, let's see if we can get it off. I think that did it. There we go. Mitch is here.
Easy peasy.
And if you're wondering why I'm making Mitch do all the work, it's because I'm not allowed to carry things right now.
Eric is physically challenged.
Yes.
Which happens sometimes.
Sometimes it does. Upgrade your home in minutes. You got this.
Have we started the timer yet?
It cleaned up, so now the fun part of unboxing this, and I say the fun part as if it's gonna be a big deal. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal.
No.
But I've got very limited space on this little deck.
There is limited space.
And we're not allowed to use knives.
Well, that's what it said on the box. It says don't use a knife. And I'm like, what do you use, a laser beam? Oh, we're supposed to start our timer, right?
Oh yeah, start our timer.
It said 9 minutes, right?
Yeah, so 10:39. All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
right.
We don't work fast.
It says start here. Everything you need tucked inside. Square bits. We've got 4 red-headed screws, 4 brass, and an Allen key. And then we've got our little clips here, which I believe we're going to put on the bottom. I'm going to hand those to you there. Measure the opening. Evenly space the sill clips, there's 3 of them, along the bottom of the door as shown. So what we're going to do is turn the door on its side. Right here, we're going to put them in, and then they snap toward the exterior. Let's lift it up and see what it looks like.
That's a nice door.
Let's scoot this out a bit. Let's pull it this direction. Now we've got a sill plate here. I don't think that's supposed to break off. Editor Eric here, and that was a mistake. Do not let that come off. Let's get back to it. What the heck just happened with that?
You got tape on it on the bottom, so I think it is temporary to some degree.
Okay, let me look at the picture again. Yeah, so pull that off.
Yeah, this is just temporary, I think.
All right, so on this side, we've got these sill clips. This is the outside of the door. This is the inside of the door. We're gonna take this right here and clip it on, okay? And we're supposed to have it somewhat evenly spaced.
Yeah, like
so there's 3 of them, so We'll do one kind of up here, one right in the middle, then one down toward the bottom. All right, so we got those in place. Next thing we're gonna do.
So does this just raise the height while you're installing it?
I think so. I think it just kind of gets it set where it needs to be.
Yeah.
It says install your quick fit handle set. Do not operate. Okay. And then, yep, just like that. Do not open door until instructed. Maybe the 10 minutes doesn't include the handle.
I think our 10 minutes have already passed.
Maybe.
We know what time it is. Yeah, we got 2 minutes left.
But I mean, all in all, we have like 60 seconds into clips. All right?
Yeah,
that's kind of where we're at.
It took a minute or two to get oriented as to which direction it was facing, and
all that stuff.
we're doing the bottom of the top.
All right, so installed that. Then we're gonna take this guy, push it in there. Perfect. Finger tight with these.
That'll hold it in place.
Actually, really one of the easiest door installs I think I've ever done.
And we haven't even used the tool yet.
Haven't even used the tool. However, I'm gonna go ahead and do just a real loose finger tight.
That's actually a really strong finger tight.
Well,
This would be a really loose drill tight.
a loose drill tight. All right, so we got that. Now I need to, I think there's
Just got
an
a little
Allen.
Allen wrench to tighten that set screw.
Shoot, we can spend our 10 minutes right here. I should have just had a really long Allen bit on my driver.
That could have worked.
Yeah, okay. So we got that now. Don't open the door.
Do not.
Install the handle. Got it.
Check.
Do not operate door until step 6, and we're on step 3. So now you're going to put the bottom of the door into the sill and push it up against the house.
I'm gonna walk around this way.
Position door in opening and hope it fits. There you go. Get the bottom in the hole.
Is that about right? Somewhere? I can't tell if I'm straight or not.
So I'm hoping.
I thought all this would go inside.
I thought so too, but apparently it doesn't. This is a different style. So let's scoot it this way a little bit. Yeah, so lift it up, push the bottom in farther. So the bottom's tight. There we go. Nice.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so. So we got even space on either side. That looks good.
Good stuff. Hey, open the door and see what it looks like from the inside.
I'll be honest, I can't tell if I'm supposed to use the ones with the red tips or these ones, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the longer ones. I'm gonna put them right here. I was trying to... That snapped right off.
The screw?
The screw snapped.
Whoa!
We're going into some hard wood.
So
we'll go with the shorter ones.
What?
The screw snapped right off.
It's a good thing it bit for a little bit. Let's just take this one out, huh? That's what I would do. Take that one out and put your red one in.
See right here, as I was screwing it in, the screw just decided to give way. But we're going into some ridiculously hard redwood, or red oak. So I don't know. I'll pull that one out and I'll stick one of these in. Might end up finding out that, you know what, we just need to go with the little ones every time. I don't know. We'll see. What happened there? That one broke off too.
They are apparently giving you some really sissy screws.
These are like the cheapest screws on the market.
Get your own.
That's pathetic.
Like, you're gonna have to probably pre-drill another hole to put an actual screw in between those two broken ones.
All right, the short screws work. So we're gonna go ahead and just finish up with the short screws. Dang it, broke that one off too. This is a really nice door. Larson, your screws are terrible. And maybe I'm not supposed to use an impact wrench, but come on, that's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I'm gonna go next to that. Don't seem to have a problem with the short ones. Just get a pilot. I got a couple of screws that I think will do better. We'll see. And we're gonna go in.
You owe Larson an apology if those break too.
I will.
Holy cow!
That's some hard wood, man.
I mean,
Sorry, Larson. These are crappy screws too. I should probably just stop using a impact wrench or
yeah,
impact
just
driver.
use a drill.
Yeah.
Where is that? Oh, there.
Oh.
Did it spray you?
Yeah, it was soaking wet. Ah, just muddy water. Broke it off. But it's just, the wood's too hard, man. So I think the short screws are gonna be just fine in this ridiculously hard wood. That's the moral of the story. All right, so I'm gonna put this one back in, make my own hole. The reason I built my jam out of this redwood was because I wanted to make sure it was incredibly strong, and nailed it.
And it is. I don't like how there's a difference in the gap on the top there, but I'm guessing the threshold is not level.
Dude, I don't like that either. I guess not.
Either the top framing or the bottom threshold is not level. Don't open it until you're supposed to.
Well, I'd opened it. Oh. That's not right.
Probably a lift to get it in there. That's my guess. We should have leveled the darn thing out before we screwed everything in.
I'll lift it up. Works great.
Yeah, it's just not, it's leaning.
Gotta take all these screws out.
Especially the ones that are broken.
All right. We took the darn thing back out because apparently this thing was supposed to keep the whole thing square and working, and it came out. It was only held on by one piece of tape, and it fell off whenever we unpackaged the door. So the door wasn't square. Yay. We think this is back in place in the correct spot.
Ooh,
and it popped out, didn't it?
Yeah, because it's got nothing holding on to it but tape.
There's actually a slight trough that piece slips into. I didn't have it in it, and so we messed with it for quite a while. Also, I didn't have the top piece in, and so that was causing problems as well. So I'm gonna fast forward through all of this, and just know that if you don't take this thing apart unnecessarily in the beginning, you don't have to go through all of this. This was way more complicated than it should have been because
of no fault of our own.
Yeah. Because the instructions didn't actually tell us what we thought we should have known.
Yeah. Or what they assumed we would know.
There should be a big sticker that says, "Do not remove this."
Exactly.
You know, I appreciate that this really is about a 10-minute install. The third time.
And now the next step is to open the door and remove the spacers.
Perfect. Oh, I thought there would be some up here too. So
now it tells us to pop these back into place.
Yeah. How'd you do yours so fast?
I just did it.
If this doesn't work, I'm taking it back.
I guess we're doing it again.
Yeah, I guess we're doing it again. Okay, so that spacer
Did this fall off?
And then we have to put this back down there, but it better close. Okay, good. It actually is really nice. And
it's a really pleasant sound.
Yeah. The one thing is
that's wonderful.
Yeah. It's supposed to lock open, but only after you hyperextend it, which I can't get to that point. I've got to get it from here to here, and then it locks. I might be able to adjust that. I don't know. It looks like it might be. Oh yeah, I think it is.
That would be a handy adjustment.
It is. It is. It is. Okay.
So you can either rebuild your porch or adjust the screw.
Y'all, this. Okay.
This is wonderful.
This part right here caused all of the problems.
And this one.
Well, that one, but that one didn't fall off until the end. Now look, this is the tape that we applied. The tape that was holding this in place was this right here. This little piece, one piece, and it looked like packing tape. And I didn't see anything in the instructions obvious that said don't remove. There's not a single sticker. There should be a sticker on here that says, warning, do not remove this. Because if you do, your door is going to be screwed up and you're not going to be able to open it or close it. And it's going to be messed up. This, so nice. Like, honestly, I'm kind of glad we went through that process a little bit, but also really frustrated that it didn't need to happen. But this door here is super nice. It's going to make a big difference. Okay, I guess it's a really tight seal,
air pressure,
and so it's not quite gonna latch. One more thing to note about this door, it is an actual security door. Right here and right here, we actually have locks. So when you pull up on the handle, it's actually gonna lock into place. So I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but you pull up, and then you can lock it right here, okay? So this thing, it's not going anywhere if someone decides to try to tamper with it. They're gonna have to break the glass or pull these things off and unscrew all of these, which is possible, but come on. See this thing right here? Do not open door until instructed. That should have been the same sticker right here.
Do not remove this piece until instructed.
Right.
And it's not even in the instructions until it says to remove it.
To me, when we unboxed it, this looked like packing. It just looked like it was holding it in place so that we could use this later. Now we're going to pop these off, right? Those are going to come off. I'm going to throw them in the trash, not just leave them right there.
I was wondering what we were going to do about those little silver feet. But I guess they get covered up.
Right, so that's going to go in there. And then that's going to lay flat just like that.
Oh, that looks pretty.
Yeah, that actually works out really nice. But those plastic pieces have got to come off. Yeah, okay, so that slides off there.
Yeah, it says something here about trimming it, and it shows a corner.
Yeah, I guess if you need to. I don't need to on mine.
On step
What I do
8.
need to do is get that piece of grapevine out that somehow we got in there. And I also need to vacuum the junk out from behind here. But that lays flat really nice. And there's also some 3M pads here. If I clean up this area, that it'll make a nice little adhesive deal. But I'm happy with that.
Sure.
Let's see if we can adjust this. I'm quite certain, although I haven't read it in the instructions, I'm pretty sure that this guy is going to go up in here.
It may slide left or right.
There we go. Surely you can move it farther than that. There we go.
Oh, nice.
So about there, I'm guessing. Now let's try to open the door. Okay.
That's pretty, and that actually, in your case here, that's going to prevent your kids or guests or anyone from opening the door too far.
Yeah.
And hitting the wall.
Gotcha.
Or the slide.
Should we go back just a little bit more to get the handle out of the way? Yeah, let's go back.
Whatever you want.
In fact, you know what? Go ahead and lock it in place there. All right, now I'm gonna do this. Now go ahead and pull it back a little bit. How about there? Okay. Okay. Yeah, nice. I like it. All in all, that was about a 10-minute install.
Of actual work without messing up.
Yeah, so that's frustrating. The warning sticker and the better screws, assuming you're gonna go into hardwood, that makes all the difference. Those two issues turned it from it's 12:12. I don't remember what time we started, like 10.
I think it was 10:40.
10:40? Okay, so an hour and a half?
An hour and a half, yeah. Well, we had some friends stop by.
We did have friends.
Yeah.
But even so, an hour and a half isn't terrible to have a really nice install, but it's not 10 minutes. Except it was 10 minutes once we actually knew what we were doing.
And we still got to do some caulking.
Yeah, but that's not the install. That's the.
But that's a pretty good looking door, my friend.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks, Lowe's, for sending out this door and paying for part of it. If you're interested in this sort of thing and you'd like to shop, I'd appreciate it if you would use my link in the description or up in the cards. That'll help Lowe's know that what they're doing here is working. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Larson. Maybe consider a couple of these changes. And if you're interested in more Lowe's finds, check out this one right here. This is one of my favorite chainsaws. It is a pole saw from Ego. Pretty fantastic. I think you'll like it. Talk to you on the next one.